Welcome back. Jackson Olson turned down a contract to join the Arizona Diamondbacks, and it just might be the best decision he's ever made. I am Grayson Knight, and this is Baseball Podcasts Are Fun. Jackson Olson has been to a lot of MLB stadiums. Jackson Olson has over 500,000 followers on TikTok, 167,000 followers on Instagram, and he just may be the biggest baseball social media star on the planet. Oh, and he just happens to play third base for the ridiculously fun Savannah Bananas. We have Jackson with us here today to talk about all of that and more. So let's get right to it. Jackson, thanks for coming on the show. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good. You ready for this?
Ready. Let's do it.
So if you need to take a breath and calm your nerves down before we begin, go for it. We're going to have a roller coaster interview, and it's going to be pretty long. You ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. So do you remember me? Do you remember meeting me at the game?
I do. Yeah.
We did a Instagram reel together, a Rubik's Cube. I can still do the Rubik's Cube, but I don't practice a lot. But how are you? How are you? Are you good?
I'm good. I'm doing well. Yeah. I'm in Connecticut right now, and then moving to Savannah in a month. And yeah, I've been doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm just I'm tired. I played racquetball with my grandpa today, so I'm kind of tired, I guess. But we're gonna have a good interview. So you grew up in Connecticut, but you're recently moving to Savannah from LA, right? Is that right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing the Bananas are gonna be like basically your full-time job for now.
Yeah. It'll be, definitely my full-time job. My other full-time job is creating social media content, obviously, and doing a lot of brand partnerships that I still have going on. Little break during Thanksgiving for the holiday, but back at that. So yeah, both of those things are kind of my full-time jobs right now.
Did you go to the tryout, the Bananas tryout?
I was not there. I was moving back from LA to Connecticut at that time.
Oh, okay.
I heard it was fun though.
So before the interview, we were talking about. So this is your dad's room, right?
Yeah, this is his office. He worked for Rawlings actually for 40 years. Rawlings Sporting Goods. So he's got a bunch of memorabilia, and now he runs the magazine for my town called New Milford Living. And so this is his little HQ down here.
Mm-hmm. Big baseball fan, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, played baseball in college at Wisconsin Oshkosh, and yeah, coached me till I was like 13, 14, and yeah, big baseball family.
Mm-hmm. So big baseball family. So did you play any other sports?
I played football in high school and then also basketball. So I played those two up until senior year. I broke my collarbone twice. Well, actually, I broke it once, but it was in like two spots, and I played the rest of the game with it. That was my senior year, and so that cut that short. And then I ended up just playing baseball all throughout college.
What about hockey? Hockey is pretty well known in the North.
My cousin actually played hockey in Massachusetts for junior leagues. Did that for a while, but I never played myself.
Okay. So baseball was like big in your family. Was that do you have any siblings that played?
Yeah, my brother actually played. He played at Quinnipiac for a year in Connecticut, and played all throughout high school. And yeah, so we big baseball family, like I was saying.
How'd that go for him? Is he still playing?
No, he actually has a job in New York City. He stopped playing a while ago. He's much older than me, but yeah, he loved it when he played.
So when you finally move to Savannah, are you planning on living with any other Bananas?
Yep, I'm living with a few guys. And yeah, so moving down there January 1st, and yeah, it'll be a fun time.
Do you know who Bananas you're gonna stay with?
I do, yeah. Ryan Cox, shortstop, and Zach Frangelo.
Oh, nice. Banana director of entertainment, friend of the show, Zach Frangelo. So I think it's fair to say 2022 has been like a hurricane year for you, and we'll get to that. But let's go way back for a few minutes. You grew up in Connecticut. So how did you start playing baseball? Because I don't think we've got that question. How did you start?
Yeah, I mean, my dad played baseball, like I said, and my brother did. they put a bat in my hands as soon as I could walk, and that was kind of how it started. I just picked up a bat and never put it down.
So what was it about baseball that was fun for you and not football, like you said?
I mean, they were all fun to me. Baseball, basketball, they all have their own fun. I think baseball, I was passionate about it, and it gave me a lot of joy, and it helped that I was a good player. And but yeah, I think it's just the team culture of baseball is different than any other sport, I think, and it really stuck out to me as I grew up.
Mm. So when you get to high school, were you playing travel ball and high school ball?
I was in the summer. I was playing Legion ball. So Legion was actually pretty big in the Northeast when I was playing. Not sure if it is anymore. And
I
then
don't
yeah,
I don't actually know what that is. Is that like travel ball?
it's basically travel ball, but you play for your own town.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so a lot of all the guys that I played with in high school, we were all playing travel ball, or Legion ball, which was basically travel, but just not like AAU that you're probably used to. I know a lot of young kids now play AAU, which is like you play with a lot of guys from different towns. Legion, you were playing with everyone from your own town.
Okay. So it's just like it's basically the same thing. Um, was there travel ball or was it just Legion ball throughout?
There was travel. The nearest travel team to me was 2 hours, and I didn't really see
Yeah.
the upside of driving 2 hours every day to play baseball when I can just play 10 minutes away.
Mhm.
Um, and it ended up working out. So I know a lot of guys that play travel. I know a lot of guys that play Legion. Um, and yeah, it ended up working out for me.
So I started in rec ball and I've been doing travel ball for about 3 years now, and I'm a year and a half away from high school ball. So can you give me and my listeners anything that can set us up for success as we approach ninth grade?
Yeah, especially at your age, I would say remember it's just a game. It's always a game. I preach that on social media. Um, and it's a game, but it can teach you so many life lessons. And so always, I mean, I had a major problem with showing my heart on my sleeve all the time. Anyone can vouch for that. I played with my heart on my sleeve all the time, and I realized later down the line that if I just had a little more fun, maybe I would have. I don't know. I probably would have enjoyed baseball more. And obviously, now getting the chance to play with the Savannah Bananas has changed everything. But yeah, if I could talk to my younger self, I would say just have more fun and don't wear your heart on your sleeve as much on the field.
Mhm. Well, that answers a future question. So, but before we move on, growing up in the Northeast, how was that like for you then, moving to LA and possibly Savannah now? So what's like the key difference?
I mean, it's very different. I feel like anywhere you move, there's going to be a lot of differences. And it was the first time. I mean, I played baseball in Connecticut, then I went down to Florida to play at Stetson for a year. Then I went across the country to California. So I've really lived everywhere in the U.S., kind of coast to coast. And I would say California and Connecticut are very different because, first of all, I think the price, everyone can agree, the prices are much different from California to Connecticut of everything. And just the lifestyle, too. I mean, it almost feels like people in California are living, it seems like they're living a slower lifestyle, and they're beach people and they love being by the water and being free spirited. And then you feel like people from Connecticut are very fast paced and they're working really hard. But like it's you realize once you're living in both places, everyone is basically the same. Everyone's the same. Everyone's chasing a dream, chasing a goal, working hard, and it's cool to see both aspects.
Mhm. So you went to the University of Hartford, right?
Yep, Hartford.
So what big adjustments did you make going from high school to college ball?
Yeah, I would say the probably the biggest one is mental strength. I think that's huge, especially when you're the best player on your team in high school. And I mean, a lot of guys playing in college, you're the best player on your team. You're the shortstop. And then you go to college and you're like, wow, there are five shortstops and they're all 3 years older than me and they're much better. So you kind of everything comes to fruition where you're like, all right, you know what? I'm not the best player on my team anymore. And I have to realize that. And I have to work maybe harder. And put more into it because college sports are much different than high school, where like you're waking up at 6 a.m. and lifting, and you would think in high school, oh wow, that's like crazy, 6 a.m. lift. But then you have that, then you have a class, then you have practice, then you have two more classes, then you have another lift or practice, then you have homework, and then you go to bed. So I would say time management and mental strength are two of the biggest components to succeeding when you're in college.
Hmm. And you played with friend of the show, Eric Osberg, right? He's in the race organization.
Yep, played with him for 1 year. Yep.
Mhm. Eric is awesome, and you're awesome, Jackson. But is it true you turned down a chance to join the D-backs organization? Can you talk about
Yep.
that?
Yeah, so I was playing in the Cape Cod League. I got an opportunity to play there, and I was only supposed to be there for like 5 days as a temporary contract. And our team ended up being so good, the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, that we had like 10 guys go to Team USA. So the best players in the country go to the Cape Cod League to play, and then Team USA might say, "All right, we want this guy, this guy, this guy from the Cape Cod League." So they take all of them, but it ended up that Team USA took like half our roster. So we ended up only having like 12 guys one day. My coach was like, "All right, Jackson, like you're staying the whole summer. We don't have, not that like that was the only reason why I stayed. I was also playing very well. And that's kind of where the Diamondbacks came in, where my first game, I went 3 for 4 and then stuck at third base. I was playing third base for a while. And the Diamondbacks scout emailed me on my Hartford email. And I look and it was like, the subject line was like Diamondbacks/offer/Jackson Olson. And it was like, "Hey, Jackson, would love to talk more. Would love to talk about like an opportunity with us." And I'm like, "All right." Went on a call and they basically offered me a contract. I called my dad, called my coach at Hartford, and I said, "Guys, I'm going. I'm signing this contract. This is like a great opportunity." And then they were like, "All right, maybe you should wait a little while and think about this. You can be drafted next year or sign next year and get a college degree and potentially like help Hartford win another conference championship and all this stuff." And then fast forward to the next year, COVID happened and shortened the draft by 35 rounds. And it was a 5-round draft instead of a 40-round draft. And obviously didn't get drafted, didn't get signed. And if it was a 40-round draft, I had a good idea that I might have been. And yeah, but now we're here. So that's kind of the long story or short story for a very, very long story.
Hmm. I'm glad it was 2020 and not any other year. Because if you did get drafted, you probably wouldn't be where you are right now.
Exactly. I always think that. I always think that way. That's a good way to think.
Hmm. And after college ended, were there any calls from any MLB teams?
No, no, there really wasn't. I mean, a couple were like floating in. My coach from Stetson would say like, "Oh, there's this guy," but nothing really ever came from it. Um, and yeah, that dream of playing professional baseball, Major League Baseball, kind of went out the door. And I was like, "All right, what's next?" So
Hmm. So let's talk about how you went from college player to MLB social media star. How'd you get on that path?
yeah, I mean, I started posting videos when I was at Hartford in 2019, and they weren't getting much traction, weren't getting many views, and kept going with it, and then went posted them also at Stetson. Then once that ended, I really went full steam ahead on content, and my platform started growing at a pretty crazy rate that I never thought would happen. Um, and yeah, so I was just posting every single day, and I preach this a lot to the Bananas guys, like post videos every single day, because you never know what can happen, and it's become my full-time job. Obviously, playing for the Bananas, that's my full-time job, but like social media is my full-time job.
Hmm. So what videos are you posting now that the MLB season's over, the banana season is over? Like, what are you doing for your social media?
A little more lifestyle videos, and also still always posting about the Bananas, posting about MLB, and just experiences. And I post a lot of my story. Like I just talk about my story growing up, and I think that's really resonated with a lot of people, with older people, younger people. And I'm telling that story every single day. So I also encourage everyone to do the same.
So MLB was paying you to visit stadiums and make content. Have you been to every stadium?
I have not. I have not been in every stadium. I've been to 21 of them
Okay.
this year. MLB wasn't paying me. It was actually Game Time, which is a ticket app.
Okay.
They were to rank all the stadiums, but it's because I worked with MLB last year and they saw what I was doing on social media for them. And then it kind of just worked out.
So did you have to for when you did the game time, did you have to like buy your own ticket or did they give you the tickets to rank them?
They get, yep. They gave me the tickets.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So,
it's every.
mhm. Can you name a few which you haven't been to?
Yeah, so I haven't been to the Florida stadiums. I haven't been to the Texas stadiums. Mariners, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and
Oh, Pittsburgh's nice. I went there last year. Well, no, this year actually. I went there this year. It's really nice.
yeah, I heard that was really. I definitely want to make it there. Probably not next year, and probably not the year after, the year after that because of bananas. But eventually, I'll get there.
Mm-hmm. So my dad has been to 28, 28, I think, for MLB stadiums right now, and he needs Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City and Busch Stadium in St. Louis. So to finish his like tour that he's doing. Um, So and also you got to throw out the first pitch at a few stadiums. Was that scary or fun or cool or all of the above? How was that experience like for you?
That was fun. I mean, I really wasn't. I mean, I had a job. Like when I would go to those stadiums, I had a job to do. Like my job was to make content. So throwing the first pitch was incredible. But right after and before that happened, I was running around the stadium getting content. So I didn't really like have time to be nervous for it. It kind of just happened, and then I got back to my job, which was creating the coolest experience for fans that weren't actually at the game.
Mm-hmm. Did you throw a strike?
I threw one strike, two on the outside corner.
Okay. So you've thrown three. I'm guessing.
Three. Yep.
Yeah. Where did you throw your first pitch?
My first one was at American Family Field for the Brewers.
Oh, okay, nice. Um, so social media was going well for you. You weren't playing baseball anymore, but you were crushing it at what you were doing. You got to be a content creator with full access to the All-Star game in Los Angeles. Tell us about that experience and who did you meet?
That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. I went with a company called So Rare, which is an NFT baseball company, kind of like a fantasy company. And yeah, it was really, really exciting. Got access to every event, every home run derby, all-star game. Got to hit BP at Dodger Stadium, which is really cool. Got to hit and make content before the home run derby there. And yeah, it was just every experience with MLB has been amazing. And I'm so thankful that I'm able to go to all of these events and actually like be working at them, even though it's not really work. It's fun because I love posting videos, but it was really fun.
Mm. So we finally have gotten to the bananas. And it's like an honor what the bananas mean to me and probably to you. And how did you get in contact with them, or did they get in contact with you? And what were you initially thinking when they contacted you?
So I was actually at Target Field at the Twin Stadium, and I got there really early, and I was watching guys warm up and hit, and something popped in my head where I'm like, I need to play baseball again. It was in that moment. I remember it like it was literally yesterday. In that moment, I'm like, I need to play baseball again. And so I posted. I think what did I post? I posted 3 videos on my TikTok, and I had seen the bananas before. I'd seen them on social media, and so I posted 3 videos, kind of like hinting at the fact that the bananas were really cool. But I didn't say like, hey, I want to play for you guys or anything like that. It was kind of just like free flowing videos where I just kind of said how cool they were, and Jesse, the owner, reached out and he basically said, hey, is there any way we can work together? And I was in contact with Savannah through email, and it started out as just me coming to make content for a weekend for that August summer series. I was going to make content and just come for a couple days maybe. And I'm like, hey, if you ever need a third baseman, let me know. And little did I know I'd be the starting third baseman for the bananas now. So pretty
Mhm.
cool.
So, I really don't want to slow this interview down explaining who the bananas are because I've talked to so many of them. But it's been really lucky to interview a lot of them. And do you get tired of like explaining to your parents, or friends or anyone who the bananas were?
I just show them videos. I just say, here you go. And I show them the social media page, and that's it. I mean, you don't really need to. The cool thing about the bananas is that you don't really need to market it. You just post cool videos, and that kind of explains who they are. So I don't really say. I just say we're a circus, we're a baseball team, It's kind of like the Globetrotters a little bit. And the last thing I usually say is you just got to come to a game. Watch a game on YouTube, come to a game, and you'll understand.
Mm-hmm. So you made a video where you were playing yourself and your parents and explaining to them you appreciated them and their support, and they said they would be there even if you weren't playing baseball because they were coming to support you. And my dad cried. I'm sure lots of people did, and I'm sure lots of people who saw it cried too. And then they got to see you continue your dream of playing ball professionally. What has this Bananas opportunity meant for you?
A lot. It's been a lot. It's also cool that my parents get to see me play again. That's very cool. They came to Savannah the last weekend during the summer series. They got to see me play. That's huge. Because the last time like you said, the last time they came to see me, I was in college. I did not play those 2 games that they came to see. And I'm like, that's the last time they'll ever watch me play again. And so that's really cool, the family aspect, and also just getting the opportunity to play baseball again. It's a game that I love, and to be able to go to the batting cage and train when I never thought I would again, and also continue my dreams of social media and posting content and making fun videos. Like, it's very cool to see the two merge together.
Mm. So on October 4th, the Bananas announced their 2023 Banana Ball World Tour. I know you're excited to continue your journey with the team, and you get to wear your Greatest Showman jacket again in the future. But you guys are going to be playing a game in Hartford on August 14th. That's like a major homecoming for you. What will that game mean to you?
Yeah, it'll mean a lot. We actually played 10 games at Yard Goat Stadium when I was playing at Hartford. It was kind of like our second home field. Very cool to be able to do that. And I've also made content with the Yard Goats. So I've gone to Yard Goats games and made content for them. And so going back there is going to be pretty special.
So did you suggest that park, or was it coincidence you guys are playing there?
Just coincidence. That's it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very big coincidence because they're playing in Oklahoma, where Matt and Megan Wolf grew up. They're playing in Syracuse, where Biko grew up. Very coincidental, I think. So some guy in Milwaukee asked you who you were, and a kid's said you make baseball fun. You absolutely do, and that's what my show is about: celebrating what is fun about baseball. What would you tell your 13-year-old self if you could tell him anything?
Oh man, I made a lot of videos about this. Number one thing, like I said before, have fun. And know that it's just a game, but it can teach you a lot of life lessons. It's funny saying this because I've said it so many times. I don't even think about it anymore. I just say it because it's just in the back of my head. It's just how I'm wired now. And yeah, take every life lesson you learn on the baseball field, take every lesson you learn on the baseball field, and turn it into a life lesson because they all can be that.
So Jackson, I know you did some quick questions and answers with Derek Jeter at the World Series, which must have been amazing. At the end of my interviews, I do these not so rapid fire questions. You ready for a few?
Ready? Let's do it.
Okay. So LA, Hartford, or Savannah?
Savannah.
Besides The Greatest Showman and Mamma Mia, what other musicals are you looking to add to your walk-ups for 2023?
Oh man, those are the only 2 right now. Gonna watch Hamilton, so we'll see how that goes.
I love Hamilton. I think that's the best musical because that's the only musical I've watched.
I've got to see it. I got to see it.
So my dad wants to know, will the Bananas incorporate a hangover theme for your Vegas game on May 19th?
Oh no, I would say we're probably going to keep it PG or G rated. So
Okay.
not never know.
So Coach Vira of the Savannah Bananas wants to know, training camp will be a little different in February and will likely include a karaoke. What song will you sing?
Probably let's see. Gimme Gimme by Mamma Mia soundtrack.
Oh, that's the only you just love musicals, right?
I love everything, but yeah, I love those the most.
So besides Hartford, what other 2 cities are you most excited for next year?
Nashville be really cool, and Sacramento.
Um, if they gave you a chance of either the Bananas or Party Animals, which are you picking?
Bananas, not a question.
Mm-hmm. That's a good answer. I mean, you can't go wrong with the
But
banana.
hey, if they said, Jackson, we want you to be a party animal for a day, I'd say, let's do it. But only for a day. Only for a day.
Only for a day. So how long will you be staying with the bananas?
Hopefully a long time. I can't give that answer right now because you never know what happens with time. I've learned that by living my life so far. But yeah, hopefully a long time.
Mm-hmm. So I know you asked Jeter this and said Sandlot for one of your own answers. So besides that movie, what is your other favorite baseball movie of all time?
Field of Dreams. Field of
That's
Dreams.
that's a good answer. I think mine are Sandlot, Field of Dreams, and probably Major League.
Solid list.
Mm-hmm. So okay, if they made a movie about the Savannah Bananas, who would you want to play you in the film? So you couldn't play yourself. Who would you want to play you?
I would say either Hugh Jackman or Ed Helms.
Man, you really love musicals. So last one, Jackson. If Jesse Cole, the owner of the Bananas, came to you and said you and three other guys had to take their own car from city to city next year, which guys are you choosing?
I can't choose. It's too tough. Too tough. I love all the guys. I really can't.
Jackson Olson, third baseman for the Savannah Bananas. We did it. My dad says he's sorry for bugging you, for you to come on the show, but I really, really appreciate it and can't wait, for you to, well, for me to see you in person again, and hopefully we can play catch. But want to add anything we missed?
That's it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. It was awesome. You can follow Jackson at J_Olson8 on Instagram and Jackson Olson_ on TikTok. For schedule and ticket information for the 2023 Banana Ball World Tour, go to savannahbananas.com and the Savannah Bananas on Instagram and any other social media platform. And you can help my show by subscribing to Baseball Podcasts Are Fun on YouTube and Spotify and going to Baseball Podcasts Are Fun on Instagram and our new website, baseballpodcastsarefun.com. Please check in next week for a brand new episode. Until then, that was Jackson Olson. I am Grayson Knight, and this was Baseball Podcasts Are Fun. Don't forget to swing for the fences. See ya!